And I should be live. Hello, Rojack and Nexus. Update is almost downloaded. Like 10 seconds. I hope I won't be greeted like by another download inside the game. But we'll see. It says 1 second. Any second now. It should boot up. Now, hold on. This and this, real quick. Rock. And this. Because I was told to watch the opening. Okay, also 9 gigs. The game has no sound. The hell? Well, anyone remembers what's next after Cradle Parade? You using the launcher? No, I'm not. This Carefree Dot has like a cool ass playlist story recap. Let me. It's derived from Matrix. It doesn't have a recap for derived from Matrix. The launcher has a pre-download available. I'm not using the launcher, no. Beyond Reforged. Let's check. Most likely it is too short to have a recap. It has multiple endings. There's a full guide. Well, let's browse YouTube while it's downloading. Beyond Reforged is after the raid from Matrix. You looking at the man who got alpha in 110 pool. But is she pullable? Ain't she pullable like later? Where's the game doesn't have sound? Because there is sound in general, just the game. Interesting. Bruh. Need to read the next chapter since it was released in parts. Is pullable now? Really? Watch the alpha PV? We didn't see that? What's this? Permanent roguelite cradle is added during Cradle Parade. This is where we read that thingy, the previous roguelite. I won't be able to play play it with Dante and Vergil, huh? Endings. Doesn't seem to be very comprehensible. This. Probably playthrough. Yeah, it's a playthrough. You can watch this PV. Spoiler free, you can just skip Derived from Matrix if you don't want to do it. No, you read the previous roguelite in Horseshoe site. Where's the Horseshoe site? Yo, dog. Hello, dog. You all ready for State of Play in 4 days? Isn't it today? And never getting a new game from a franchise you love? Ain't State of Play today? It got delayed? Also not really related to until the end of it. Now go watch that PV. This website doesn't have shit on the right from Matrix. No, really? Wow. Story reader. This one. Story reader. All of the stories in Punishing Grave for your reading pleasure. Phantom Sea. You heard someone singing a song and followed here. Could they be born from the Sea of Solitude? I assume these are the endings. That was a year ago. It's in like it's in a few hours, dog. What the hell? Hello, IA. I hope there's gonna be Virtua Fighter Jetta. Who the fuck is Jetavi? Reading is boring. How was that PV?
Don't just stand there. Go fetch me a bigger wrench.
Yeah.
J4 brake pads, double-sided sintered. 2 pairs.
Alpha Patch, yeah, Alpha. What a coincidence that Dog came to visit now when Alpha Patch is releasing.
Best you get a move on too. One of those hetero monsters showed up. Some of my customers didn't make it.
Yeah, that thing was faster than the Actilect train. Came out of the blue the other day. I thought we were goners. Then a ghost appeared out of
You only find out which is if you play it. This is Jetavi's roguelite OC.
A cat?
Where's my wrench? I swear you were about as scared as a cat in a doghouse.
Her sword waves were like shoo, shoo, shoo. And that monster was beat to a pulp. Ain't that something else?
You're the one to talk. You should have seen your face. Then it looked like the monster was fixing to deliver a killing blow. But the ghost wastes the sword in one move. Splits the monster in half, and a mountain too.
Yeah, them two young bucks should have kicked up a fuss. Is this the part you're looking for?
Yep.
Give it to me.
Go get it then! Crap! The ghost!
Come on. That's just a tall tale.
He's not emanating like punishing virus anymore. Seven more minutes. Agdilic mentioned another 3 years of irrelevancy. Ain't Agdilic dead? Ain't the train like broken, taken apart, destroyed by the twins? Watch Watanabe chapter now, I'll do something about Matrix. That cat is still there and I also thought about it. Was the cat got fucking canon? You want to watch that other animation too, but it has spoilers, not that you care anymore. That cat has grown up actually. I think his fur changed. They could always control it, you know. I didn't know. We're probably going to vanish for a while again. Assignments due in 3 hours. Gotta lock in, lock in. It's the end of the year, right? Always unstable net. Curse 100%. 6 minutes. Yeah, I'ma watch the next chapter. Dun, 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 dun. 50 vids. We got one. Alright, get your
Hello,
snacks.
and welcome to the 39th video in my Punishing Grave and Lore series. Today we'll cover chapter 27 of the main story, Aeon Reforged. In the 6 months since Watanabe's disappearance, Ballard has risen as leader of the Forsaken. On the front lines, he has been steadily escalating conflict with Babylonia, bringing with him the possibility of all-out war. Now we learn what happened to the real Grey Raven commandant, and the status of the missing Watanabe. Now without any further delay,
What, he's bad
chapter
now?
27, Aeon Reforged. It has been half a year
Big
since
ass,
the
you mean
disappearance of
bad?
Watanabe and the Forsaken who accompanied him to the Heterozone. Here in front of the World Government's Unification Memorial, Ballard is left with no choice but to
Hey, this guy
pronounce
was
those
mentioned
still
before.
missing as dead. However, he refuses to allow their deaths to hinder the Forsaken. Instead, they will use that rage to ignite a flame of rebellion that will consume Babylonia. Those so-called deserters who abandoned the Earth have lost their right to the planet. They have liberated Forsaken territory, but why stop there when they can free everyone living under Babylonia's oppression? Beneath the rain and amidst the sound of Forsaken war cries, he remembers the early days when the world was still united under a single banner. There, a young Watanabe, his father Shin, and Ballard himself meet at the grave of Suru, Watanabe's mother, one of the last casualties of the Unification War. Ballard and Shin absorb themselves in the complex goings on
Really
of the
good
new
and
world, while Watanabe
it's not peak
himself
ass,
can't
it's
help
just
but
peak.
remember there is nothing beneath this tombstone, no body, not a single remnant of the life she lived. He asks a nearby soldier, why would his mother volunteer for that final mission? Had she not, she would have been here with her family. Sure, she had a responsibility as a soldier, but did she also not have a responsibility as a wife and a mother? There are plenty of soldiers, but only one of her. Did her family truly mean that little? As the rain drowns out the young soldier's reply, the boy leaves along with Ballard and his father. There are 2,900 days until the punishing virus outbreak.
Ooh, that's years. How many years
At
is
the World
that?
Government Summit, humanity's leaders decide the next course of action the species will take. After achieving so much, where does humanity go next? Some argue for gene modification, others continuous rebirth. Within a sea of proposals, one sticks out, grabbing the attention of Trillard, first president of
Sprite.
humanity. 0-point energy. Energy that can be extracted from any point in space and simultaneously converted into any form, eliminating the loss of energy that takes place during typical conversion. Standing at the center podium is Nithart, the researcher who submitted this proposal, and behind her, Dominic, founder of the Science Council. Trillard sees this as an opportunity for humanity's growth, but they have no need for more energy at present. However, more energy is not even the tip of what this technology could provide. With it, humanity could accomplish their long-held dream of interstellar travel with only 20 years of diligent effort. Hearing this, the politicians erupt in anger, shocked she would even bring up a project which wouldn't bear fruit for so long. Hearing these arguments, she brings up a petition, signed by titans of the scientific age, like Lebowitz, Lando, and Dominic himself, among many, many others, who all believe in the possibilities provided by this
Gestalt
research.
design theory.
At the end of the meeting, Trillard announces the results of the 13th World Government Summit. Humanity's next milestone will be Project Eden,
Golden
an
Vortex.
interstellar colony
Golden
ship.
Vortex was a while
In
ago.
the first year, Project 0-Point Energy was well underway as part of Project Eden. By the third, theoretical verification of the 0-Point engines was completed, and the first prototype of Eden 1 began construction. In the fifth, development of Eden 2, and the establishment of the Starship fleet. In the 10th, Trillard was re-elected as president of the world government. Finally, in the 14th year, Project Eden made a breakthrough, with Eden 2 being sent into orbit. After 14 long years, Project Eden has become the talk of the planet, and at the same time, a young man reaches his 18th birthday. Having gotten news of his choice to join the military, Shin reunites with Watanabe to congratulate his son's achievement. He was recommended this career path by Gestalt's calculations, but as a father he would rather have him choose a path of happiness instead of simply following in his parents' footsteps. But he's made his choice. He never understood why his mother chose duty over her family, and what could have possibly been worth leaving them behind. He believes his father knows why, but that wall of experience that separates the two means even if he did ask, he would never understand. So he's joining the military to gain that experience, so maybe one day he will understand her choice. Accepting his son's answer, he gives him a gift, a shotgun with an inscription. Remember the past, but never forget who you are. Even if he one day moves past his old wounds, never forget their existence, and always look towards the future. 350 days until the punishing virus outbreak.
Will they mention?
The next day,
oh yeah,
Watanabe
they
boards
are.
a transport
Nice.
to Oasis, where he is introduced to Bacchus, who will serve as his instructor.
Did he have
Alongside
a
his
name
new
in the
comrades,
interlude? I
Bruce,
wonder.
Albert, Coates, and Garza,
Bruce,
they polish their
there
skills
you
while
go.
training at the camp.
Damn.
And after nearly a year together, the five have forged a bond of true brotherhood between them. Meanwhile, the 0-Point reactors have been completed.
Was Bruce in the
Eden 2 has
interlude?
finished construction, and the greater universe is waiting for their arrival. In less than a month, the reactors
Dominic is the guy who owned the Dimension Research that Dr. Thomas Held stole in the DMC collab.
will be ignited for the first time, and Nithart herself is spending her time overseeing Gestalt, ensuring its smooth operation, and very soon the world will enter an age they never imagined possible. 20 days until the punishing virus outbreak. After completing their year worth of training, the 5 members of Oasis are ready to move onward and part ways. Bacchus did provide some recommendations based on what he had seen, and most seemed content with his observation, all
Oh
except
shit,
Bruce.
hold up. The game, Oh. Fuck, I need to close the game.
They never imagined possible.
Alright.
20 days until the punishing virus outbreak. After completing their year worth of training, the 5 members of Oasis are ready to move onward and part ways. Bacchus did provide some recommendations based on what he had seen, and most seemed content with his observation, all except Bruce, who was told not to pursue his dream of joining the Air Force. Later that night, Watanabe finds Bruce sulking alone, and he finally decides to admit why he wanted to be a pilot. He wants to follow in his father's footsteps, and as the son of the legendary Cyril, he feels his lack of talent makes him a disappointment. One of the boys wants to continue his father's legacy, knowing he doesn't have the talent. The other wants to understand his mother's will, but can't while living in a world of peace. Two different lives, yet they arrive at the same crossroad. Watanabe suddenly remembers the words his father told him on his birthday, and realizes the truth he was searching for. All this time, he had been looking for the reason his mother made the choices she did, but the answer was in front of him the entire time. Belief. She believed in an ideal, and pursued it to the end, regardless of the outcome. There, beneath the stars, he realizes he doesn't have to follow her path, nor arrive at the same conclusion she did, so long as he continues down the path he's chosen for himself. With a smile, the two young men make their way back to camp, joining the others for the celebration. 30 seconds until Reactor 1 is ignited.
Seconds?
Everywhere. Everyone. 7 billion humans have their eyes, ears, and hearts set on the fruit of their 15-year labor. Scientists in the space station, the workers on the surface, soldiers who protect the reactors, and politicians who made it happen. Everything they have done has been for this single moment.
Hello, Lawrence. How are you?
United, the entire planet waits with bated breath as humanity's future is changed forever. Reactor 1 is ignited. The outbreak begins. Ballard would never forget what happened. A blackout on a global scale, and all communications went silent. Machines rebooted with a scarlet hue, and with it humanity had lost its chance to turn back. Pandora's box was opened, and the weapons used for protection became instruments of death. Ballard himself led a rescue mission to save those within the reactor, ruining his body and losing most of his men in the process. After 2 weeks, the Oasis camp received their first broadcast from the outside world, learning of this new threat called the Punishing and what it was capable of. After that call, all smart equipment was destroyed. A month in, communication was fully restored, and they learned the scale of the losses humanity took during that time. 60 days in, Oasis received a rescue request from the Northern Plains, and during the operation, Captain Bruce was killed holding off the Corrupted.
This part.
On day 97, they came in contact with a massive Corrupted, and during the fight, the other members of Oasis gave their lives to defeat it, and in turn managed to save a single child. In the process, Watanabe suffered a catastrophic wound, begging for this young boy to leave him behind, and as the two are surrounded by Corrupted, he hears an all-too-familiar voice come to their rescue. He finds himself drifting in and out of consciousness, feeling as parts of his body are cut away and replaced.
How's the story?
He opens his eyes, finding
Well, so
himself
far
in a
we're in the
hospital
past.
bed, and is more than shocked to see his hands are now composed of ball
Watanabe's
joints,
flashbacks.
his legs with hydraulics. Before panic sets in, Ballard steps up and informs him of his new status as a construct. After the attack on Watanabe and his team, headquarters wrote them off as killed, and being nearby, Ballard decided to validate that information himself, leading to his rescue. With Watanabe's injuries being too severe to operate, he made the judgment call to have him turned into a construct. As for what happened after he was saved, the boy was taken to a refugee camp, and the remains of his squad members were given a proper burial. Since the outbreak of the virus and his conversion shortly after, Ballard has decided to create a security organization composed of constructs. Even with humanity's situation, new threats will still arise from within, and he wants Watanabe to join him. So many people have sacrificed so much to get him where he is today. His mother, his instructor, Bruce, and the other members of Oasis. They entrusted him with the future they themselves will never see, and the best way to honor those wishes is the front lines, where he can fight this threat directly and leave behind a world of peace. Seeing that this young man has found his conviction, Ballard returns the shotgun he lost during the outbreak, congratulating this boy-turned-man who finally found his path. Meanwhile, Chief Commander Hans leads the counterattack against the virus, but humanity is still losing ground. At this point, a quarter of the world has fallen, and supplies are being consumed faster than they can be replenished. His first priority is establishing contact with their starship.
How is Hans so young? Whatever.
Fleet, and with the ARU's latest antenna, they've managed to get a signal. Shin, commander of the flagship Miracle, confirms the safety of the fleet, space station, and Eden 2 colony ship.
Unavoidable
With the
threat?
ground
You
and
mean
space
threat?
forces working in unison, they repurposed the hijacked satellites for orbital bombardment, successfully destroying the infected defense arrays, allowing humanity to gain a foothold. This is the first all-hands meeting since the outbreak, and the harshest critics present can't help but point fingers at the Science Council. While no one could have predicted the scale of this disaster, progress has always been accompanied by consequences. It is how they respond to and overcome these challenges that humanity can truly progress. After the inver devices are completed, Dominic plans to lead a team into Reactor 1 to shut it down and halt the production of Punishing Virus. Meanwhile, the rest of humanity will take part in a mass exodus from the planet. The virus is everywhere. The only difference is the concentration, but there remains one place completely untouched: space. Using the starships, they will ferry what remains of humanity to the spaceport, space station, Eden 2, and lunar base.
Not calling Watanabe a nong for no reason. By that logic, everybody is a nong.
Project Arcadia Transfer. This plan will be carried out in 3 phases. First, critical technology and personnel will be relocated to expand the spaceport. Second, 20 of the 30 active starships will be converted into colony ships to accommodate larger populations. Lastly, the 20 colony ships will take humanity to nearby planets, where they will gather resources, using the entire solar system to launch their counterattack. On the surface, Watanabe has been discharged from the hospital.
Lucia and Luna are also
regarding his
onks.
first assignment. The first step in this plan is the relocation of critical technology, and at the very top of that list is the pinnacle of human civilization, Gestalt. Without it, the entire plan would take twice as long, if it would even still be possible. Soon they arrive at a temporary command post, surrounded by soldiers, staff of the Norman Mining Group, and Nithart. The soldiers will clear path to Gestalt, securing the area for the technicians to open the core, and finally Nithart herself will confirm Gestalt's status.
This Nithart is from the Golden Vortex, like the final boss?
Operation of Arcadia Transfer. Due to the maze of tunnels beneath the Science Council and the massive number of safety doors, they would reach their operational threshold long before reaching Gestalt, so Nithart convinces Ballard to let her join the assault team. With her help, they make their way to the core area and soon find themselves attacked on all fronts. The number of corrupted is rising, and with their appearance, so is the viral density, as Gestalt is infected. Through the chaos, she focuses all her attention on repelling the virus.
So this Watanabe construct is actually a flashback construct?
With every keystroke, the virus is being pushed back, when she realizes these random commands are not so random after all. Watanabe drags her away from the keyboard to save her life from a corrupted, and just in time the alarm stops blaring. The situation with Gestalt has been resolved for now, but the severely infected Nithart is still in a panic. The commands she intercepted were targeted, as if the virus was
They don't have a sprite for that construct, for that Watanabe construct?
Letting him know the virus is targeting both their greatest strength and their biggest weakness, the Starship Fleet.
Watanabe was a rookie during the punishing outbreak. He witnessed the end of the Golden Age. It was many years ago. Same did Chang Yu, same did Lucia and Luna. Lucia and Luna also were, I mean, they weren't as old as Watanabe, but they were humans before the outbreak. And they were humans after the outbreak until they were made constructs. Even if they are younger, if that happened many years ago, Lucia and Luna are also many years old. No, it's not a flashback construct, okay.
Before they are swallowed by the waves of corrupted, Ballard and his reinforcements arrive at the core. Before she fell unconscious, Nithart mentioned the commands being sent to the Starship Fleet, but she didn't have time to explain what. As the only one capable of piloting a fighter, Watanabe is tasked with investigating the condition of humanity's orbital forces. Meanwhile, on the spaceport, the commanders of the various starships gather for their monthly meeting, a rare chance for them to debrief and depart from their respective ships. This break is soon interrupted by a massive tremor shaking the entire port, accompanied by an announcement. All 30 of the docked ships have departed, and communications have been cut. Soon, the staff arrive with a report on what's happening. Suddenly, the engines of the docked ships came online, and their projected target is Eden 2. Within half an hour, they will crash into the colony ship, with the chain reaction destroying the lunar base and sending debris back towards the surface. Hearing this, those present have all come to the same conclusion. help will not arrive in time. Shin comes up with a plan to destroy the ships themselves by destabilizing their reactors, and the others remind him that they are locked out. There is no way inside. And silently, Shin points to the thrusters. The port has enough munitions, however the missile casings weren't designed for that level of heat, but the escape pods were. Shin's plan is to have them use escape pods loaded with explosives and pilot them into the thrusters to reach the engines. A suicide mission. The room is left in silence at the absurdity of his plan, but these captains have spent more than half their lives aboard these ships, and with them gone, their life's work goes with it. In terms of volunteers, there's no one better suited to the task. 300 members of command, and behind them dozens of fighter squads set sail into the void, some leaving behind families, others on their way to join them. Like moths to a flame, those countless streaks of light approach the starships, signaling the start of humanity's first battle in space. Even at the cost of their lives, they will seize that victory.
Alpha is old, out
Meanwhile, the researchers aboard the
what?
space station are arguing over the designs of Eden 2, when a sudden shaking gets their
I
attention.
mean, Alpha is old, but
Tall guy,
Lucia
one of
is
the
not
space station
mentally.
guards, attempts to open a sealed door and is attacked
I
by
wish the
infected
game would
Corla.
tackle that.
The lone soldier steps up, holding up the corrupted,
what you're
while
mentioning
the
there.
researchers call for aid.
What I was complaining in the previous
On the
streams.
outside, Watanabe speeds through the skies, passing the wreckage of destroyed starships. Through the comms, he receives that faint call for help from the space station, but the only thought in his mind is whether his father survived. Obscured by static, a soldier tells him the commander made this decision to save lives, and now it's his turn to do the same. Watanabe speeds off towards the space station, and Zero questions why his old friend didn't say goodbye. If Watanabe knew Shin was still alive, he would surely regret not coming sooner, and as a father, how could he leave his son with that burden? He's already said everything he needed to. Looking back at the newly formed fireball engulfing the Miracle, a sense of unease grips Watanabe's heart. Gritting his teeth, he speeds toward the space station, to save those who still can be saved. He docks at the station, finding it covered in black and red growths. 3 researchers enter the ship and speed off. But to where? The fleet has been destroyed, and the spaceport nearly annihilated. The only place left is the empty shell that is Eden 2. While on their way, a shooting star catches his attention, and then another, and another, as dozens of escape pods head towards the colony ship, carrying that spark of hope into the future. The next day, Hans receives a report on the outcome of the battle. Space station, complete loss. Starship fleet, complete ship destruction. Spaceport garrison, who suffered the least losses, and its remaining modules were combined with Eden 2. In the aerospace squadron, 97% of aircraft lost. Gestalt has been recovered and is being transported to Eden 2. And as for Dominic's mission to shut down Reactor 1, they detected a spike in viral activity, 20,000 times the normal level, before it suddenly ceased functioning. Project Arcadia transfer has ended in complete failure. Alone in his office, this unyielding pine bends ever so slightly. As much as he needs to be an unshakable leader, he is still human, and the blood behind these report numbers brings with it unimaginable guilt. Could he have done better? Did he make a mistake? What should he do next?
Big guy.
What can he do? Faced with an impossible choice, he takes a pistol from the drawer of his desk, and ever so gently, places the barrel to his chin. Meanwhile, Trillard is visited by Kurono-san, an old friend, and an even older enemy. Since the outbreak, the military has taken emergency control of the government, and Trillard has spent his days relegated to a behind-the-scenes role. Kurono-san knows the world government is the most important thing to Trillard, so he offers a deal. 2 folders. In one, a contract for the transport crafts the world government needs so badly. In the other, a list of names and positions. The deal is a simple one. The transports, for power within the world government. As president, Trillard does have the power to take these resources under emergency order, but he won't. His legacy is already in tatters. No one will remember him as the dreamer who wanted to usher humanity into the future.
Aww.
Instead, he will be known as the man who enabled the end of the world, and taking materials from civilians will only dig that hole deeper. At the next press conference, Trillard will announce the newly appointed congressman, and the rights to the transports will be handed over to him. A month following this event, Hans and Trillard have come to blows over the scandal.
What a job does to a man.
Dozens of counselors have been sent to prison on trumped-up charges, and the parliament has fallen into Kurono's hands. That night, the two part ways in bad blood. Trillard wants to explain everything to his old friend, but for the sake of the future he envisions, he stays silent. He is a politician. Lies are his weapon. Kurono-san was right. The world government has always been his highest priority, but he left one thing unaccounted for, and that is Trillard's position within the world government was never of importance. That night he pours himself a drink, remembering the promise he and Hans made at the start of Project Eden. Everything they have done has been in pursuit of tomorrow. The next day, a comprehensive document of Trillard's corruption is leaked, along with a list of all Kurono's accomplices. When authorities broke into Trillard's office, they found him already dead, his glass testing positive for cyanide. He was denounced, and those he imprisoned were released, with all his assets being seized by the government, including a massive number of transport crafts. If he had been alive, Kurono would have done everything in their power to make him discredit the statements, but dead men tell no tales. When the news broke, Hans did not speak that day, and Ballard sprung into action, rooting out the corrupt. Trillard's scandal shocked the world, but soon even he faded into irrelevance. Just 3 days after his death, the Arcadia evacuation had officially begun. After the failure of the Great Transfer, Watanabe once again finds himself at his mother's grave, and next to her another headstone, marked as Shin. Following the catastrophic defeat, the world government put itself on hold to account for the losses. In the time since, he has noticed a change in the population. The shelves are no longer stocked with supplies, and it has become rare to see pedestrians out in the streets. Steadily, the citizens are losing faith in both Hans and the government. Soon, he is joined by Ballard, and the two have a rare chance to speak. Watanabe can see the stress of the war impacting him. Even with an ageless construct body, he's forming circles under his eyes, and his aura has gotten more menacing. After the operation to retrieve Gestalt, Watanabe was assigned to the Aerospace Force, and was tasked with escorting Gestalt to Eden 2, now renamed Babylonia. After witnessing the destruction the infected Gestalt caused, he wonders if they are doing the right thing bringing this machine with them. Ballard reminds him that as a soldier, his job isn't to shoulder the responsibilities of the leaders in power. If he wants to save more than what he sees on a battlefield, he needs to stop acting like a soldier and think like a leader. With no way to respond, he takes his leave, and soon Ballard is joined by Cyril. Together they reveal the true state of the government. Hans is dying. He is too old, and under far more stress than one man should have to bear. The people are calling for his replacement, but it's too soon. The government is too vulnerable for that type of power vacuum. So to protect the lives and legacy of soldiers everywhere, and prevent them from being tools of corruption, it's time for them to gather their own forces.
So that's how it happened.
Of the new Oakley storehouse, a woman named Jada and a soldier named Zong come across a newspaper advertising the Forsaken's rebellion against Babylonia. For the past 6 months, she has been nursing the long-missing Watanabe, and while his physical injuries have been repaired, he remains in a coma. With no inver device and not being connected to a commandant, Watanabe has been utilizing mind trauma syndrome to stave off infection, sustaining mind damage.
These must be present days.
Additionally, is a source of corruption that lingers within his mind, and no matter how hard she tries, it can't be removed. So Zong requests the help of their second guest, the Grey Raven Commandant. Following the Battle of Utopia, Lithos kidnapped Commandant from the wreckage of the ship, taking him to one of his secret labs, and there he had his memories copied into pre-made clones. Eventually, he managed to escape, and after days of fighting and malnutrition, he found himself nursing his wounds in a mountain stream. And this is where he encountered Zong, also on the run. After bandaging Commandant's wounds, the two made their way to a nearby cave, and there sat a comatose Watanabe. This is where the two of them ended up after being ambushed by Ballard's troops.
Hold up.
Unable to trust
Your B. Alright. Probably false alarm. Big guys that put tear in your eye. Is it Shin? Then one is the Karatip Station. Literally hair gone from Truma. Real thriller. The president basically had the last laugh against Kurono. Papers Ripples. They talk about Alpha and Lucia again, finally, in Shapers Ripples. Alright.
Just either Babylonia or the Forsaken, they decide to head to New Oakley, where Max was more than happy to offer shelter to his town's savior. And since then, he's been piecing together the full picture, using Zong's testimony and information from the outside world. The third round of the Great Evacuation is well underway, and behind the scenes, those taking advantage of it are coming out in full force. Hans finds that after every trip to the hospital, more of his comrades' faces are replaced. This old pine may still stand, but enough cuts will bring down any tree. Suddenly, a new face enters the room, introducing himself as Chief Commander Collins, sent to relieve former Chief Commander Hans from his position.
Really?
His failing health has proved detrimental to the smooth operation of the Great Evacuation. As such, he will be moved to General Staff to assist with construct tactics. With that single sentence, the Parliament has made their choice, and for the last time, he leaves the command room. Things change very quickly after that day. Unknown to most, Ballard faked his death to act more freely in the shadows as a double agent, exploiting Babylonia and Kurono for his own ends. Hassan took his place as the world government's second president, and thanks to information he received from Ballard, Cyril learned the truth of the Great Evacuation and the tens of thousands of soldiers left behind. Together, those soldiers rebelled, with Cyril himself being killed by Watanabe. After these events, Watanabe left Babylonia and made his way back to the surface. After the Great Evacuation, the situation on Earth was even worse now, as technology, resources, and skilled labor were taken away. One night, he comes across survivors, a man named Watt and his younger brother Felix. The two are in search of Oasis, a military base rumored to provide supplies and safety. Hearing this, Watanabe gestures to a flag sitting by
my cat
behind him, all that remains of his old camp. With no one else, the three decide to travel together to find a new oasis, a place they can call home. Throughout their journey, they encounter people from all walks of life. Some join because they are offered a helping hand, some because they recognize friends, some for refuge, and some just to find people to be with. Humans, constructs, doctors, engineers, and soldiers. Day by day, these people come together in support of one another, and soon they even let go of their goal of finding Oasis, seemingly having found much more. These people left behind found solace and strength in each other, and eventually, this family forged through hardship gave themselves a name,
to be dead.
the Forsaken. After spending so long building up this group, one day, completely out of the blue, they receive an invitation from Oasis of all places. He goes out to meet the messenger, and to his surprise, the soldier recognizes him. Underneath that mask is a young man with quite a familiar hair color, now calling himself Zong. He is that same boy who was once saved by Watanabe and his squad. At first, everyone is skeptical of the offer, but Watt points out Zong's status as a construct, a new one at that, meaning they have maintenance pods and parts that could help Watanabe. And with this in mind, they agree to merge with Oasis. Finally, Watanabe meets with the Generalissimo, who turns out to be Ballard himself. Despite thinking his old instructor was long gone, he isn't too surprised to find his death was greatly exaggerated. Since that time, he's been operating as a spy for Babylonia and Kurono, siphoning technology and information from both. The truth is, he wants to fold Oasis into the Forsaken, and he wants Watanabe to lead. Babylonia and Kurono largely ignore Oasis, as they are still small and weak, but after merging with the Forsaken, it will become the largest organized force on the planet, a potential threat neither of those factions could ignore. With him leading, it would be too hard to hide their forces, so he used the negotiations as a test for the Forsaken's leader, and upon seeing Watanabe's growth, any doubts he had faded away. In the time after, the two groups came together as one, experiencing new ups and downs, disagreements and cooperation. After the emergence of the Heterozone, Watanabe set out to find survivors, and Ballard gifted him a frame to usher in a new era for the Forsaken.
Oh,
Watanabe named the frame Epitaph, a reminder to carry on the stories of those who have passed, and to always move forward. While those who were wronged by Babylonia may not find it possible to forgive, they owe it to the younger generation to not force their hatred upon them. Seeing how this soldier has grown into a leader, he brings out one last gift, the shotgun he left behind while leaving Babylonia. He asks Watanabe if he still believes in the path he's chosen, and with Ballard and the Forsaken at his back, there's not a single doubt in his mind. Ballard gives him one last piece of advice. No one can be right forever, not even him, and if one day their paths diverge, he tells Watanabe not to hold back, to give it everything he can to stop him. Deep within Watanabe's mind, Commandant is still trying to drag his consciousness to the surface. Within this mind space, he sees a figure,
Cradle.
and more frightening, this figure sees him.
Is the will of the
This
Honkai,
entity is
right?
familiar, yet completely inhuman, and he recognizes it as whatever reached out to 21 in the forest. This entity introduces herself as Cradle, a simple reader, viewing the stories held in Watanabe's heart, the memories within his mind. Now she's read everything of interest, and as thanks, she returns this book. Within his mind, Watanabe finds himself in a snowfield, one he has seen many times. After saving Zong's life, after shooting down the Hetero Corps, after fighting Corrupted on the train, even when damaging his own mind, every single time he found himself here. This is death, and in front of him is a door he's walked through countless times, his will to survive. Without any hesitation, he pushes that door open, and behind them the voices of his fallen comrades. While they do miss their friend, he has far too much to settle before joining them. Unlike those standing in his way, he didn't get here through fear and violence. He gave people the courage to imagine tomorrow might be better than today, to put faith and trust in their comrades. This is his true potential as a leader, and no amount of threats or coups can stop the ideals he's set in motion. Meanwhile, Babylonia and the Forsaken have drawn their borders and remain one step away from open war. While Babylonia's technology is advanced, it's limited. Watanabe chose to clear infected factories and preserve core modules, rather than destroy them. So when the Clean Zone emerged, they had the ability to restart those factories, and with this new industrial might, the Forsaken have issued their challenge. In the command tent, Ballard organizes his troops and makes his preparations to counter Longinus when he receives a notification on his terminal. Watanabe lives. From the shadows, Nigel emerges, wanting to redeem himself from his previous failure. Watanabe was one of Ballard's finest students, and Nigel is still injured following his battle with Noctis. In his current state, death would be the only outcome, not because of Watanabe, but because he knows Nigel will do whatever it takes to complete his mission. This war is the result of decades of preparation. For Ballard, it's now or never, so if Nigel can provide the time he needs, that will be more than a fitting conclusion. Knowing he will never convince Nigel to back down, he watches in silence as Scorpio vanishes into the dust. Nigel steps forward and raises his blade as Watanabe readies a shotgun. Under assault by both Watanabe and his own frame, Nigel is defeated. For him who lived in the darkest pits of society, he never saw the light of the future everyone was striving towards. After being saved from that lab, Ballard gave him the one thing no one could ever take away: power. The power to fight for what he chooses, to fight for what he believes in. And what he believes in is Ballard. He grabs Watanabe's hand, and his broken arm begins to charge as the warehouse is consumed in the explosion. Had Zong and Watanabe not acted as shields, the outcome would have ended far differently. The explosion has caught the town's attention, and Fan shows up to lead them to the mayor's office. With Watanabe having been in a coma, Max explains the events of the past 6 months. After Watanabe's disappearance, Ballard moved troops into disputed areas, using the justification of searching for missing comrades, although last week the situation took a turn. Ballard officially announced Watanabe's death and summoned the Forsaken to liberate Babylonia's conservation areas. Higher-ranking members who opposed the war were called to Ballard's headquarters and haven't been seen since. Commandant has been avoiding Babylonia for the past 6 months, unsure of who he could trust, but the front lines are different. Not even Corono could control that many soldiers at once, so they agree to head to the front lines together. Having made up their minds, Max gives them one last gift and hands over a pair of keys. While they drive, Commandant admits that he's seen nearly all of Watanabe's memories, and at this point he should know exactly why he left Babylonia. After seeing what they did, he asks Commandant if he still feels the same about protecting it, and yes, he does. He's known for a long time Babylonia wasn't the spotless paradise it claimed to be, but it's still his home, and if everyone who disapproved ran away, who would be left to change it into something better? Watanabe once made that same choice. Despite the world being all but lost, he left the safety of Babylonia because no matter what happened to the surface, it was his home. Shortly after that, they arrive at the entrance to a forest, with Commandant and Zong getting out to head towards the front lines, while Watanabe makes his way to Ballard. Together, the two fight through the Forsaken guarding the forest, when a sudden chill runs up Commandant's spine. Cradle is surprised to find she's been exposed, and as a sign of respect, curtsies in greeting. She has come to retrieve the bodies of the dead, as
She has
the
a
corpses of
physical
the
form?
Forsaken melt into the ground. To their shock, she points them to the forest's edge, and they ask why an entity like her would help them. She wants to witness more human behaviors, witness more of human civilization, and she believes Commandant could show her more of humanity's stories. She takes her leave, and the two rush past the remaining soldiers, evade hetero
that's me?
creatures, and eventually see a glimmer of sunlight through the trees. Soon, Commandant's 6-month-long escape will reach its conclusion, and in a celebration, he almost failed to notice one has stopped following. After the ambush, Zong saw a girl in a green hood clearing the battlefield of fallen soldiers. Sensing Watanabe's state, she offered to do the same to him, to preserve his memories through her. With precious little time and him not knowing what to do, Cradle made a one-sided deal, as a purple field consumed them both. Having collapsed against a tree, Zong remembers that he had seen that hooded girl before. She had helped Zong transfer his core into Watanabe, and provided him with a substitute, one which vanished after coming in contact with the clean zone. Once, long ago, Watanabe saved the life of this child, and now that boy has paid back his debt. As the sun rises, his arms fall flat, and Commandant swears to uphold his promise. They will do this together. He comes running out of the forest with 2 flags, one a shield with raven's feathers, the other a mask trailed with sand and fire. While this plan is risky, who cares about a little risk? It's the least he can do to not betray Zong's resolve, and it's by far the quickest way to get the attention of both sides. Meanwhile, Watanabe has arrived at Ballard's headquarters. Over the past 6 months, this space has become nearly unrecognizable, now filled with tanks, artillery, and transport shipping soldiers to the front lines. He suppresses the urge to confront Ballard directly and makes his way to the prison. There, he rescues his friends who had been imprisoned and tells them to spread the word of his arrival. Hearing the footsteps at his door, Ballard doesn't even bother turning around. He could have snuck in, but
Alright, we're back.
The truth is, he was a good leader, too good of a leader, and Ballard could
Could
sense
be
the
the
hatred
rain,
within those
but
soldiers
it's not
giving way to
storming.
peace.
It's just
But that also meant his death
softly
was
raining,
the
I
perfect
don't know.
spark to reignite that hatred.
wait.
Even
What
if
reignited the hatred?
and Ballard could sense rival Babylonia. With the appearance of the Clean Zone, the Forsaken were able to industrialize, and with the resources he had been stockpiling for decades, they became a power strong enough to rival Babylonia. The only thing in his way at this point was Watanabe himself. The truth is, he was a good leader, too good of a leader, and Ballard could sense the hatred within those soldiers giving way to peace, but that also meant his death was the perfect spark to reignite that hatred. Even if Watanabe's met a few good soldiers, it is those at the top who determine where the organization goes, and the top of Babylonia is filled with cowards, liars, and deserters. They create heroes to be tossed away like trash, abandoned soldiers who are fighting to survive, and justify cowardice with selfishness.
And
Even
he's
if all
kinda
of this is
spitting.
true, so many gave their lives to preserve that last spark of hope that is Babylonia, and this war would wipe away the legacy they left behind. How can humanity stand as one if he snuffs out that symbol of unity? Who would even be left to pick up the pieces? And that is his trump card. The Forsaken will be left to take their place. This memorial is one of the few places Longinus can target without domain nodes. Nithart managed to stop 2 commands the infected Gestalt sent, but those commands were not erased. If Ballard's mind activity stops, the second command will trigger, launching over 7,000 of the spaceport's leftover missiles, and their target is Babylonia. The moment Parliament decides to bury their past, they will bury their future along with it. In Babylonia, the Parliament has called an emergency meeting to discuss what they have learned about the Forsaken, and at the top of that list is the identity of their current leader, the founder of the Purifying Force, Ballard. Most of the members present were under the impression he died long before the Great Evacuation even took place. Before the Purifying Force was under the world government, they were under the jurisdiction of the Executive Court, and back then, the head of the court was Kurono-san. No matter what
Kurono-san.
Kurono did, Kurono-san stayed hidden behind the scenes, and now he comes out in the open, bringing Hassen great concern. On his order, a video of Ballard's declaration of war appears on screen. Whether this Ballard is real or an imposter, his threat is genuine, and this gets the attention of the counselors. In an instant, Kurono-san takes hold of the room. As a seasoned politician, he knows what the people want to hear. They don't care why or how Ballard came into power. Their only concern is the threat he represents. One of the counselors brings up Watanabe's whereabouts, as according to their information, he should be the one leading the Forsaken. And while on the topic of Watanabe, Kurono-san points out that the world government has been unable to contact him recently, and that sentence brings with it deafening silence. Then an uproar. After the space station, any contact with the Forsaken had been a highly guarded secret, and now that secret is out. Half a year ago, the direct line to Watanabe was cut, meaning he was either usurped by Ballard, or they were conned. Neither scenario was favorable, so Nicola makes his proposal, to use the Longinus arsenal. Babylonia has become too specialized for fighting corrupted. They don't have the capability to fight a prolonged ground war, and even if they won, it would cost far too much. Afterwards, who would be left to fight the Ascendants, or deal with the expanding heterozone? Kurono-san speaks out again, reminding everyone how they got here. They suffered extreme loss of life during the Unification Wars, but out of it humanity was ushered into the Golden Age. Certainly war is painful, but is it not better to suffer a momentary discomfort now for the benefit of the future? With that, all the arguments have been presented, and they vote on Nicola's proposal. They have decided to fire Longinus. As Kurono-san takes his leave, the voice of Gestalt rings out around them. With this vote, they have met the condition, deploying a weapon of mass destruction on a human population, and Gestalt plays a video. Those within the room are greeted by a projection of Trillard. He gives a gentle smile from 20 years in the past. Yes, unity does have a price, but is there truly no room for
People are gonna be
negotiation?
please no nukes,
Have they
man.
really tried every means available to them? What if one day they become the price to be sacrificed? Of course, he can't stop their decision, but hopes to serve as an excuse to reconsider their choice. To not be the silent snow that triggers an avalanche, to stand up against what is wrong. While his words are powerful, those who would be moved by them are still the minority. Suddenly,
No, I'm
Celica
back.
bursts into the room. They have found Commandant, who explained that Ballard framed Babylonia for Watanabe's death to incite conflict. Kurono-san interjects, asking who confirmed this information. What if it's another trick by Ballard? And who can vouch for its authenticity? Before his death, Trillard instructed a young Hassen to leak the report on his political corruption. It's common to see politicians as cowards, too scared to pull the trigger themselves, but that's not always the case. He's entrusted the safety of the future to this young man who will succeed him, and now it's time for the bullet Trillard fired decades ago to find its mark.
Damn,
Hassan
Kurono-san.
wagers his position and reputation as president to vouch for Commandant's words, and announces a second vote on the deployment of Longinus. On the ground, the timer behind Ballard has hit 0, yet that beam of light doesn't fall. He can tell what the ringing on his terminal means without even looking. Watanabe's rescued allies are spreading the word of his arrival, and his insiders in Babylonia have relayed the results of the Parliament's vote. Even without his death, he's capable of sending the launch code manually, and with Gestalt's computing power limited, no one can stop it. He jumps out the window, issuing his final challenge. If history and fate truly stand behind Watanabe, give chase and let them put an end to this struggle.
The PPC boss fight. PPC doesn't have stage 2, just like the Cradle Parade boss. He's not using knives anymore.
You haven't improved at all. More than ready.
Fight for those who can't speak for themselves. We are strong. Forsaken, is it? Not a bad name. No one can be right forever. The day comes when you think I'm wrong. Come and stop me.
Almost like he wanted to be stopped.
One last time, the boy lays a flower at his mother's grave, and side by side, he and Shin leave the cemetery. They walk past his childhood home, through streets they once frequented, past lands they once explored, and in the blink of an eye, this boy has grown into a man of his own. Shin places his hand on his son's shoulders and gives him a gentle push into the desert. He takes a step forward, past his old instructor, past his comrades from Oasis, past Bruce, past Cyril, past everything, and arrives at that wall called death once again. From the very depths of his memory, one final voice pushes him forward, a single wish, spoken at the moment of his birth. Keep going. I believe my child will walk his own path. Carrying the hopes of so many, he takes a step forward and walks into that storm without hesitation.
Oh my god, they did the Naruto.
He opens his eyes, expecting another fight, and is surprised to see Ballard shielding him from the rubble, a steel beam piercing his core. One of them had to live. If they both died, the Forsaken would lose their direction and be without a leader. The truth is, the moment he had to use Watanabe's death to stir their hatred, he had lost control. It proved he could not rally the Forsaken the way Watanabe could, and with news of his return spreading, that flame of hatred had been snuffed out. He will never change his mind. As a relic of a bygone age, he's stuck in his ways. As long as Babylonia stays safe in the sky while people struggle on the surface, he could never find forgiveness. The punishing isn't what divided humanity. It was the Great Evacuation that severed the spine of that era. How could those in the sky understand the pain of those on the ground? How can a broken spine carry the weight of the future? As his life fades, the old teacher gives one
We had
final
it pretty
lesson.
good, Ballard.
Never pity your enemies. He made his choice, and so did Watanabe. He asks one final question. For the sake of the goal he believes in, will he continue forward and protect it from any threats? And with Watanabe's answer, his lips curl into a slight smile. He's already removed his connection to the launch commands, giving Watanabe one last gift from the old era. When Ballard opens his eyes, he's greeted by an old friend. He's lived a long and tiring life, but one he found worth it. Bacchus offers his friend a cigar, the reward for a hard-won bet. It took a while, but they found someone to carry the weight of that future. He lights his cigar, and that long-dead man finds his tomb. While sifting through Ballard's belongings, he found a message from Shin, the last bit of wisdom his father left behind. Unity is the foundation of civilization. The march of civilization is what resists savagery. They do not abandon comrades or cower in fear at nature. The only thing that can stop this march is themselves. But that progress is painful, and many may question if it's worth the cost. And while unity does have a price, the rewards gained can be passed on. The reason human civilization has made it this far is due to the continuation of this unity, and it comes from another human instinct: love. So when he faces hardship and betrayal, look back on those he's loved, and those who have loved him. Their era has ended, but more important than space fleets, words in a history book, or even the world government, it's what they pass on, their actions and beliefs. Those feelings of love and unity are what will bring about their new golden age. Suru and Shin gave their lives to save the world they cherished.
Nice art.
But more important than that, it was for the son they loved more than life itself. Just as Ballard said, with Watanabe's return, that spark of war faded without a trace. But their tense relationship didn't just vanish with the end of the conflict. Within his hand is the gift Ballard left behind, the launch codes for the spaceport's missiles. With this sword, the Forsaken will not give up what they have gained, and Babylonia will never overlook the threat they pose. But for the sake of that peace, he continues forward. This is the price of that unity. After his reunion with Grey Raven, Commandant was called back to the surface to aid Counselor List with negotiations. Those in the sky and those on the ground, two different worlds working toward their shared dream. Together, they will mend that broken spine and bring about a new Aeon, reforged from the legacy of those who came before, who believed in those who would follow after. Sometime later in the wilderness, Chang Yu waits for Jamila's contact, carrying a large wooden box, and within it, the severely injured body of Nigel. Meanwhile, Gestalt is speaking with another AI she refers to as Dominic, or more specifically, the memory data Dominic left behind before entering Reactor 1. Gestalt questions why Dominic would release this sealed information, since in the process it also released contaminating memetics. While Dominic's actions delayed humanity's end, these released memetics will also threaten humanity's survival. The first time it was stopped by Gestalt at the moment of the outbreak, the second by Nidhart and Dominic. However, as of now, these are no longer viable options, but this Dominic has a potential solution and projects a map of Kowloon. Alright, and we are done with chapter 27 of the main story.
Now explain.
Full honesty here, that is some peak content. Absolute fantastic story writing. That's up there for me. Peak fiction. Up there with like Lost Belt 6, if you get that reference. And it's surprisingly like a newbie friendly chapter, because 2/3 of it is really just a big history lesson about what happened with the outbreak. And you don't need a lot of context to, understand what's happening there. Obviously, you need a little more when you see Watanabe and his stuff that's happening with him. I think Cyril was also in the interlude. Seeing New Oakley become relevant again, right? Like we just met them and they actually come back in the story and they're like relevant again. I thought that was great. Reusing them instead of just kind of like forgetting it. Watanabe's journey was fantastic. But more so than him, the other characters in the chapter were absolutely stellar, right? Trillard, Hans, who we already knew he died a goat, but this just proves he was like that from day one. Ballard was also a fantastic villain. Shin was a great dad. I think my only possible complaint in the story is what happened with Zong. Right, that's probably the only thing that gave me any type of pause in the entire chapter. But other than that, absolutely flawless. I think
you didn't like Zong die?
Probably my favorite chapters were maybe 21, 22, and 25. This slams all three of them. It's not even close. Oh, that was disrespectful. And on top of that, there's a whole lot of information that kind of got dumped. Stuff we can dive into. And if you would like to dive in the deep end with me, know exactly where to find it. Anyway, that's all for me. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you all in the next video, where we cover chapter 28 of the main story, Polaris Bond.
Oh, it's the chew I have, right? Please recap derived from Matrix. Ray emoji. In message is the best speech you read. Really like this chapter. We only have me and the corrupted. Not Lost Belt 6, my guy. It's very good, but not Lost Belt 6. Really mostly skipped over Big Man, how I didn't actually survive because of him, because he fought to the death. This is a week or two before he could a construct and fix his burn injury, because of which he could not talk. God help me, Polaris Bond, thank God. We will watch a recap. Right, game time. Oh, it's the desktop. I was trying YouTube. How? The desktop on. Then from the recap, I couldn't tell it was like a noob-friendly chapter. Seems like it went. Oh wait, hold up. Should be some animation, right? Nice animation. Just go to research, just like that. Rerun. Polaris Bond was a history lesson. Fear into you. Polaris Bond. The next chapter has the worst antagonist we ever gotten. He's so bad and unnecessary. Game mute.
One day, our favorite flowers will
Speaking of
sprout
the
upon
devil.
this earth.
Characters only? That's crazy. Oh, there you go, cog. Don't even want to come back to pool. Not pulling for alpha. IA.
The very thought of...
PGR got to that dude. He need money. It also comes back twice a year, so I'm fine with it.
Commandant.
To Alpha PVs. The only character I can come back is our Lucia. Not a Metal Gear Rising fan, I see. Oh, now there's memories. $30. No, I don't have 30 here. I have only 110. Yeah, it's over. Yata? Those are dupes. Guy that was doing fan art for games. Those are a lot of cogs. Okay, we didn't get it. Alright. Leaking time. Do we have places to farm? Yeah, so what are these spoilers? They're showing cutscenes, they're not... Oh my god. Look at this shit. Those are like... Throwing spoilers, man. Give me the schmeckles. Your earbuds? No way. Eight. Damn gameplay? Fuck this woman. I mean, you know. The spoilers, it's muted and with gibberish text. Yes, it is. Of course, it's visuals. Discover the truth about me, which is not helping with reading in gacha games. I don't care about characters. This. The classified file retrieved from Kartaki. Additional notes on the consciousness tied theory and construct mind technology. After internal delivery, Babylonia has this document as the Polytree dossier. Given its importance, I'm sending the file to your terminal, Valics. Please review the contents yourself. What is this?
Today, after extensive deliberation,
Bruh. They are throwing me into the new chapter, like, without my consent? That's homecoming via Polytree. What the hell is this? It's inverse crown here. I think I'm supposed to be there. Not a new chapter, don't worry. This. This. Love this song. Sorry. Oh yeah, we got so many. Okay, what happened to Yata dudes? Wonder. Are they converted automatically to Polytree? No. What is it? What poetry, man? What the fuck? There was spoilers. I will probably come back to play new mods before the anniversary patch. Oh damn. So it's triple S? I didn't know. Converted to universal shards for any A rank. Good that they're automatically converted. And getting shards is nice.
Honing your skill.
I appreciate your approval.
Yeah, why is Epitaph Watanabe not using knives though? Was kinda the knives guy.
I have completely corrupted this place while you...
Yes. Look at these cog packs, bro. Unlock poetry chapter. There's more like 41-1. To the daily. Bam. 30 black cards. Poetry. No. Now it's the mail time. Oh shit.
Hang them! Hang the up!
Oh, the mod is on. Fucking. Ugh. Oh, we're getting black cards for simulated battlefield. That's very nice. Target. Right now, BP. Why are they showing me the frame? Change the BP. UI. Nice. I don't want to purchase. Bro, are they gonna tell me to purchase it like every time? Don't do that. I was just about to praise like now VP has less buttons to press. Okay. We should no, why not? I figured out how to get rid of the ROM, but PGR improved the visuals. New coding for finishing BP. If you buy, oh, if you buy BP. All right. Don't get it what this is. Who's this? Why is my boy Kamui here? With main store 37 obtain level limpidity. So you get rid of the ROM. Why it's on Kamui? Oh, it's gonna be so annoying. Ugh. Yeah, we do not have enough cards still. Oh no, maybe we do. Wait, why is it? Oh, it's 40 out of 60, okay. Was it red?
It's time to rest.
Oh, pity it is. Okay. Aeon Reforge. Get rid of it once you play his chapter. His chapter? Kamui's chapter. And do the alpha tutorial. Meckles. Damn, 2 Watanabes? That's cool. I probably won't finish the... Is this a long chapter? I guess I won't finish it today. I kinda wanna have like cubes of alpha. I don't wanna just one...
Good luck, rookie.
No, I kinda want a shards of alpha inverse crown, not just like the normal one. And look at the presentation. Looks nice. No voice though. Only me can help me. Lucia talking to Alpha. Damn, it's so stylized. Cubes can be got from PPC.
Managing to tag me. Not bad.
Voice into 3 chapters. All frame, by the way. Look how cool it looks. And it feels cool to play it.
You'll regret making an enemy.
I see.
Tag me. Not bad.
Oh, he was blue.
You'll regret making an enemy of me.
Oh.
You'll regret making an enemy of me.
I can.
Tag me. Bad. The will of the blade will tear everything apart.
A voice into 3 chapter from chapter 29 and onwards. All gameplay nodes are voice acted. What about the story nodes? Also, I agree with the guys on one thing. Choose chapter was too long. That is when I kinda stopped reading. I am interested about these recaps, how far this dude went. He has 50 videos in the playlist. In the recap playlist. Ooh, quality of life, I like that.
Don't worry about me.
That's an old song. I'm fighting me.
I no longer fear death. Never give up! I will never. Challenges are always welcome. I will never give up! Hard work pays off. Pave the way forward!
It's not me.
Don't worry about me.
This is the Musashi that I was talking about, the one that can be parried, that doesn't exist in the game anywhere else anymore. This is a Musashi.
I no longer fear death. Never give up! I will never give up! I will never pave the way forward!
Bang.
His mind is reacting. Keep it going. Enhance the connection. Hey! How are you holding up? It's not working. This is taking too long. Let's disconnect for now.
Full stage is inspired by Mad World, by the way, the game. Bacchus, Bacchus or whatever, Bacchus. He didn't have a name in the interlude, right? Am they calling the nodes like episodes? He had the name. Looking into the connection between Wuva and PGR and got spoiled so damn hard by Ishmael's chapter. What's it? So they are doing Kuroverse? He's transparent. That's Zong. There's no connection, Nexus. So you spoiled yourself for no reason. They're not doing Kuroverse. Good looking collab again. There are signs in Vuva that are from PGR, but at this point they are not more than Easter eggs.
Cheap tricks.
Really like how Kuro handled the source material in the Cyberpunk.
Cheap tricks.
Cyberpunk collab is live.
You'll regret making an enemy of me.
When you play Cyberpunk,
Tear
a really
everything
good game.
apart.
Watch the anime though, it's a really good anime. Won't play Vuva for it though. Can't remember the date. $100 on phone, but they brought Night City in Vuva. It's our old pal Harvester.
Just attack me. The will of the blade will tear everything apart.
And never playing actual games on phone. You're not playing PGR on phone? Doesn't have a phone, he has a potato. If I will want to ruin the game, I surely will run it on mobile. I thought only Nexus plays Vuva here. Unless it's 52 and T16 PGR 40. I always played PGR on PC, I respect that. Oh yeah, the oversized world.
Attack me.
franchise is here.
Cheap tricks.
Getting better scores on PC rather than on phone. PC only, phone also is set on fire after 30 minutes of playing. I mean, playing keyboard plus mouse only. You're using the mouse 1 and mouse 2 for the move, for the attacks. Like, are you using the mouse or only the keyboard?
The will of the blade will tear everything apart. Cheap tricks.
Using everything. And so you do use for the camera.
You're in trouble, Commandant. You'll regret. The will of the blade will tear everything apart. You'll regret making an enemy of me. My ineptitude.
Oh, that was nasty, Harvester.
Cheap tricks.
I did. As a person who plays all of those games on phone, I can refute that. Refute what? Plus mouse. What boss do you want me to fight today, guys? In the FOS. Machine section. Because you already have Ballard and FOS. Yeah, I have him because of PPC. I'm still kinda bummed that the previous chapter boss didn't have her second phase. I don't know which you unlocked. Ballard would be cool. Yeah, okay, we can fight Ballard. It's hard. Is that what you meant, that Nidhart is from Golden Vortex? Like, the main body from the Golden Vortex? I really love the UI quality of life. It's like they... I complained about them like last chapter. No, no sound effects. Of course, Ballard should have all his phases. But I open it. Obtain Terminal B1 authorization. It's forward. Yeah, I did it because of the last chapter. It's when it was an occurring issue in all the chapters, not just the last one. B1, we don't need one. So is it all the way back? Did you? We are here. This stage is a maze. That's literally what Watanabe said. According to the map, the authorizations should be here. Find the missing. Obtain gate. Circuit panel. If I was a circuit panel, where would I be? Post. Where we came from. A map. That's target. That's final target. I go this way. We have here the one circuit panel. There you go.
more than ready. I no longer fear death. Now or never. Challenges are always welcome. Never give up.
Never surrender.
Never give up. Here. Pave the way forward.
Bam.
Hard work pays off. I no longer fear death. Now or never. Challenges are never give up.
Do you guys still have heat? Christ. It's been raining all day here. It was very nice.
Never give up.
Nabi is mega cool. I really like everything about him. As a playable unit, he is too goated for me.
Never give up.
I thought you said you didn't care about characters. Or was it... or something happened which made you stop caring about characters? Like after this Watanabe. What I think about this chapter? Alright. This is a noise.
Never. Never give up. Here. Pave the way forward.
Will I get them or not? I don't care. Oh, that's what you mean. Area. Open this. And open this. Is there anything here? Open. Terminal H1 authorization. That's target 3. We need to go to target 2. Probably have to come back here later. We've been promised rains all week. We're actually very lucky in avoiding the heat. Final target. Area target. Go forward and obtain E1 authorization. Black Zero, hello Black Zero. Welcome back, how are you? Summon? Yeah, we did 50 pulls, I did not get her. It'll be an authorization. There we go, this one. Authorized. Now we have to go back. Did you get her, Black Zero?
I no longer fear death.
I got her at PD. I'm 10 pulls away from PD, but I don't have cards.
I no longer fear death. I will never give up.
Goes to 50-50 on the weapon once. I thought PGR doesn't have this.
Challenges I'll never give up.
Alright. Now we need to go back. Target 3. Got this. They removed the lasers. It's even worse, it's 70-30. Thinking if let Alpha SS or SS3. Not this way. I also kinda want more copies of Alpha. 80-20 on weapons, sorry to hear that, Zero. Get there. Right. Then to the stairs. And with this one. This is only the first one? No. Got the Teddy weapon. Already have her SS thanks to PPC, but I might roll more since I got her so soon. Alright, we should go do the boss. Any cool like boss fight modes in this patch, like the previous ones? Body. New coding. This is her, right? This is Silver Palace Alpha, literally. All of these coatings are just Silver Palace. The boss is later. Oh, just like this? Interesting. Oh my god, she's doing the Vergil, like multiple flashes.
My blade shall quench the fading light! I've walked every
Deep
cursed
impact?
path,
What's deep impact?
but the depths of hell be mine to endure.
Don't tease me with the outfit, I haven't buy it yet. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. Enemy data rank 1, rank 2. Are these the phases? Press the special orb just as you're being attacked. You can parry. It seems to be fun to play. Oh shit! I pressed the Devil May Cry game button.
My turn now. Your moves are undisciplined. You haven't improved at all. Choose. This time. Come on.
Look into my eyes. And fall. Weak.
My turn now.
What's he doing?
And now?
Tell me your target.
How about this?
Have you decided which one of you dies first? Too slow. Not bad. Too slow.
My turn now. And now, I'm gonna play with you. Now the fun.
Tell me your target.
Go back to him.
Lamau, we have the same move. No, that's not what I pressed.
This is our
Not yet.
He killed Vergil.
Let me show you what I've got. Take this.
Tell me your target.
Man, I'm
Holy shit. I didn't dodge that.
not you. Go back to hell. Finish.
We should do another run.
What you lack is this.
This is only
Bet
the
you
first
like it.
phase. What is desperation? Can't I make him like go through both of his phases? Can be parried at the character. If they are parryable, our super armor is reduced. He called Vergil undisciplined. I still use Bambinata. Rank 21 and A rank 21 and A rank 20 from time to time. My god, my Devil May Cry muscle memory, man.
Have you decided which one of you choose?
Your moves are undisciplined. You haven't improved at all. good. Go back to hell! Raining bullets. Alrighty, Mr. Ray. Raining bullets. How about this?
Ah shit, I forgot.
Have you decided which button? Go to hell! Too slow. Too slow. Too slow. Not bad. Go back to hell! Now the fun.
Oh, come on, man.
Jackpot.
Tell me your target.
Raining bullets. Adios. Man, I'm all...
I can't parry that?
Tell me your target.
Go back to hell! Jackpot.
Oh damn, we can do phase 2 now.
It's time to end this battle. Go. This is
Damn, he killed Dante.
You shall die. Go to hell. Not yet.
Oh my god, that's just an
You're in my
AoE.
way.
Weak. The flames of the abyss will end it all. Too slow. Finally, this
Damn.
is getting interesting.
No defense.
Finally, this is getting interesting. Lose yourself in the abyss.
Hey, have no more dodge. Yeah, I can do it again. I use all the A ranks. A rank 1 shot knocked the Chads. Promos gave in 2 rapid slash slop for a second. Yeah, I remember in Reboot where you could do it manually and it was mega cool.
Jackpot. Deal with it. Now the fun begins. Go back to your moves are undisciplined. You haven't improved.
Why I dodged?
Go back to him. Finish.
Tell me your target.
Bro, he
Have you decided?
has magnets.
My turn now. This is power. You shall die. And now, go back to hell. Finish. Jackpot. Hell yeah. Go back to hell. Finish. It's time to end this battle.
Damn, is he Kamui, bro?
Raining bullets.
Tell me your target.
Hell yeah!
You're in my way.
Now the fun begins. Go back to heaven. Finish. Jackpot. Take this.
I can.
My turn now. Go to hell. It's over.
Tell me your target.
Not interested.
What the fuck?
Not yet. I still have.
I see.
We could. Go back to hell. Finish.
It's not over yet. I will make them fear and revere me. They will never betray me or run away.
Shall we dance?
We could.
Go back to hell. Raining bullets. Adios.
Tell me your target.
Man, I'm old.
Now you die. Oh my god. Maybe the previous chapter boss also can be fought in both phases. So in order to fight both phases, you just need to click on rank 2.
What you lack is this.
Ballard,
Thought you
how's your
like it.
number? Yeah, he seems tricky. I lost. He will chase you no matter what. Yeah, a lot of PGR bosses seems to be good at chasing. I do like how he's so anti-cheese. Now you can definitely cheese him. I won. Well, at what cost? What's the name of the previous chapter's boss? I think she also had like the option to do rank 1 or rank 2. Let me see. Tequila. No, she does only rank 1. Oh, desperation is just like danger low. Okay, so that sucks. Her rank 2 in the story was so cool, man. We claimed everything. Alright then, that's gonna be all for today. Yeah, Banshee chapter. I think again, in the previous one, the Cradle Parade left left me with more impressions. This one, the video for the recap was longer, and the history lesson, like how the Forsakens formed, we already like knew that. The 2 space station part was cool, I guess. I think Pollard should have chilled. He's like, oh, I can never forget Babylonia for what they did. Like, I don't know, maybe me looking from like the outside in, it's like, bro, you already like have an how do you call it, Lovecraftian type of shit enemy, which is the virus. Like, why are you starting the second front? That's stupid. So good thing Watanabe stopped him. Like, seems like Babylonia didn't really wanted that fight. They were just ready to nuke them. I don't know. We'll see what by what the guy Carefree Dot is recapping. It seems like they improved the story, and from the gameplay I noticed the gameplay is also improving. So as I understand, am I understanding it correctly, guys? You say like in 2-3 chapter there's gonna be voice acting. Is the voice acting like only for the gameplay nodes or like the story nodes as well? Because I'm really not interested in reading the game at all. So if the chapter is not fully voice acted, we're gonna watch the recaps anyway. The last second boss phase is meh. Cool visually, but in terms of fight it's a mess. Yeah, she seems to be very grabby. I had fought her rank 2 so many times with other characters and events. So IRL behavior. He's a war guy. Those men are so hard-headed. Yeah, well, that's it for me today. Resting is productive. See you next time, most likely on Thursday with Tuko. They just released a trailer for a new character. I don't remember. I think she was previously announced, but she's the next one. Exciting stuff. Don't know when she will come out, but I guess fast. And state of play in 3 hours. And we didn't talk about state of play at all. Dog left. What I wish to see at the state of play is a Virtua Fighter trailer. I don't know, probably we need to see also a GTA 6, since GTA 6 like coming out this year, right? I don't even know what else I'm excited for at the state of play. I think that's it. Would be cool to see at what project Itsuno is working, but I guess it's too soon. What they would be able to show is just like a concept trailer. I'm not really excited for any like sequels for existing franchises. Hope I'll see some like new game that will catch my attention. Yeah, that about it. We'll can talk about this news in the community. So yeah, see ya. Thanks for coming by, and gotta continue grinding to pull alpha. What can I say? But I'll definitely pull her on stream. I'll only grind off stream. So where's the emoji? Here's the emoji. I have zero excitement for any game from exhibitions. Yeah, bye bye.